Hello y'all, this is Equestria at War, the new German order, a sub-mod for the Hearts of Iron 4 mod Equestria at War, where the Third Reich is brought into the world of My Little Pony. We can find out the story of this modification by reading the brief history of the Deutsches Reich in the select country screen, and it says here, one day amidst the end of World War II, an inexplicable event occurred. Hitler found himself inexplicably transported from his war-torn reality to the colorful and magical land of Equestria, a world populated by ponies and other mythical creatures. Stripped of his power and unable to comprehend this new realm, he faced a stark contrast to his authoritarian rule. Confronted by friendship, harmony, and a vastly different culture, the once dictatorial leader found himself in a surreal and challenging situation. How he adapts or doesn't to this unexpected environment remains a mystery in Equestria. The Germans don't exactly begin in the best position, but they do have tons of good divisions. Only 23, but they're all like experience level 21, so they're all very good. Unless they take a bunch of casualties, then their experience level will go down. They do have plenty of capable commanders though, so that is something going in their favor. And as far as national spirits go, they have only one at the start. It's called Shattering Defeat. And if we check out the focus tree briefly here, we have a section of the tree dedicated to reforming the military, reforming the army, reforming the navy, and reforming the air force. We have some industrial focuses here. Then going through the political path, we can see that there's German exploration, there's some events and whatnot. So you do all these starting events, then you can choose at some point to either make a deal with Wing Barty, which is on the continent of Griffonia, and they can either make an alliance with, how to say, Griffin Mussolini, named Biccolini, which is just, it's very strange, but that's how Equestria at War works, which is basically set in a kind of original grimdark version of the My Little Pony world. And you can also make an alliance with the Griffonian Empire instead. And Wing Barty, or the Corinthian Empire, if it's led by Biccolini, they're basically Griffin, Italy. Then you have the Griffonian Empire, and they're kind of like the Holy Roman Empire, but mythical creatures. Then you can address the changelings, and they're kind of like Equestria, EOW's equivalent of Nazi Germany. At least they have the aesthetic anyway, and the drive to take over tons and tons of land. And you can choose to either make some kind of faction with them or go to war with them. And you can do these focuses sometime around about a year into a playthrough, I believe, considering the start date is 1007, so you will have to wait about a year before you can do any of these focuses. I mean, yeah. Then you will look to the south and do a Linean inspection. I mean, this one right here, this focus doesn't require any special set date or anything, and that will involve trying to take over the kingdom of Olenia, which is one of the immediate neighbors of the Deutsches Reich on Equus. Then after that, once you get all that over with, or at least after the kingdom of Olenia is a subject or is in a faction with the Deutsches Reich or whatever, and it's 1009, so 2 years into a playthrough as the Deutsches Reich in this mod, you can do the focus to Fuhrer Speaks, and then start doing more expansionist focuses, where you can take over all of Equestria, well, part of it, well, all of Equus anyway, and just take over tons and tons of land on the continent. Then when all of that is done, or at least when you do Operation Liberation, that focus, you can do, well, once Equestria is defeated and the focus Operation Liberation is done, you can do this other set of focuses, Pax Germanica, all the focuses underneath this, and that amounts to either, how to say, not getting along with ponies or collaborating with them. And so after that, you just do a bunch of focuses that will involve improving your resources and, say, just your industrial capacity. I should note that the Deutsches Reich does begin with more advanced technology when compared to their neighbors, because this is the Germany from 1945 being transported to this world, so they have advanced support weapons, MP-43s, heavy tanks, light tanks, and all that sort of stuff. They have somewhat advanced artillery, anti-tank and anti-air, and some advanced basic medium airframes and basic small airframes, which is, I mean, that's less technology they have to research. And here is what Hitler's My Little Reich may potentially look like if we just go by the annex war goals and the focus tree and the war goals you may acquire from it. So it stretches all the way from its capital in Berlin, which is the renamed Van Hoover. The Berlin region is the capital, and it goes all the way to the frozen north in Nova Graphonia. And you may or may not get Preto Cabello under your control as the Deutsches Reich or the Commonwealth of New Maryland, but that is only the case if maybe Equestria is still their overlord by the time the Germans defeat them. There's a possibility they may be independent. And we do have a number of Reichskommissariats here, and they are subjects of the Germans, and they are Reichskommissariat Stelzeit, Reichskommissariat Baltimore, or just the Baltimore Governorate. There's the Reichskommissariat Ost-Equestria, that's East Equestria, and there's Reichskommissariat Spiriana, which is in Stalingrad, which is kind of like this communist pony country in this world. And with that, this has been Equestria at War, the new German order. The link to the mod is in the video description. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.